At the moment, the jury is continuing their deliberations in the high-profile murder trial taking place in Uptown. Rayquan Borum, you see him there on your screen. He's accused of shooting and killing Justin Carr during the riots that happened in Uptown Charlotte back in 2016. The trial has been going on for 4 weeks now, and we are still waiting for a verdict.
We want to get out to NBC Charlotte's Richard Devane. He has been at the courthouse daily. Richard, what's the latest from there?
Yeah, Brooke and Bill, just basically what Bill said a few moments ago is very key about the participating in the riots. The word riot is very important because the jurors just asked the first question of the day. This is their third question of all to the judge. And the jury, I'm going to read this, is asking for clarification if there is a legal criteria for engaging in a riot or you're inherently engaged by being there. Now, this jury is made up of 8 women, 4 men. Jurors considering 3 charges in the Rayquan Borum murder trial. First-degree murder, which carries a life prison sentence without the possibility of parole. That is also a felony if you're involved in such a thing as a riot. So our second-degree murder, which carries a 17 to 28-year sentence behind bars based on Borum's record. They can also return a not guilty verdict on those 2 charges. They will also deliberate on a felony possession of a firearm, a felon holding a firearm. That's one of the 2 questions they asked yesterday. So this jury continues to ask these questions. They've also asked, as we reported yesterday, for all of the pictures, the photos that were presented as evidence, and transcripts of all of the interviews, including those radio calls that Borum made from the jail cell to somebody who who the state says he was actually with on the night in question. Of course, as we get any updates, we'll give them to you. We're going to head right back into the courtroom. We still have about an hour more of deliberations, and we'll have more coming up later. But for now, right here at the Mecklenburg County Courthouse, Richard Devane, NBC Charlotte.
Richard, before you go, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the defense in this case presented little to no defense, and you've been there for 4 weeks covering this trial. So are you surprised the jury has been out this long?
Yeah, we are, and especially by the questions they've asked. Now, this question right now they're asking particularly goes to the most severe of the charges, felony first-degree murder, which is something that happens when a person commits a crime, and we'll cut it down to, without all of the details, basically in an instance like a riot. So that question means they're now considering that very severe, the worst punishment that they could give, and that would be life in prison without the possibility of parole. But they've also asked about the possession of a felon with a handgun. So really trying to read this jury is tough, and that's something that I'm not going to be able to do, but it is surprising. I've spoken to both the defense and the state, and they have no idea how it's going either.
Yeah, Richard, thanks. It's tough to try to interpret what the jury is thinking just based on their questions, but we will eventually know. Richard Devane at the courthouse, thank you.